Hey everyone, this is Artemis Tau for Kaiju Platypus, and this is Insert Binge Pun Here. I still don't have a name for this, but I expect ideas to come in or something to develop, but that's what it is for now. Before I start, I should explain what I'm doing. I love music, movies, literature, but I especially love television series. Not your ABC, NBC mass-produced schlock that the general populace consumes in the name of vacuity or out of the fear of the Monday morning water cooler. I mean shows that are good and win awards because they are well-written and have an innate ability to be good shows. Or, and especially, shows that are an incredible labor of love that get no attention and fade away because of either being too ahead of their time or just not in the right outlet. These shows I love sometimes are just hampered by the weakness of a news cycle or the fear of a conglomerate to the pandering of a small but loud minority that takes the rest of us hostage because of whatever played out, watered down, milquetoast version of reality they demand to live in. Man, that made me sound both douchey and elitist. I think this is a good outlet for me. One thing that most of my demographic seems to agree on is the concept of binge watching. From movie collections to television series, etc. I do it far too much to comfortably admit, but I also run into series that, due to my OCDS traits, forces me to finish them in hopes or in fears of finding some type of satisfying completion to my viewing. Well, why not try my own hand at calling a series worth your time or not? I believe the media we consume, from the weakest Big Bang Theory episode to the latest masterpiece from Black Mirror, leaves us with something. No matter the type, it leaves you with something and changes a part of you. And the more we expose ourselves to new and at times contrary ideas to our own views, it can only make us better, albeit bitchier, people. To paraphrase my favorite comedian Mark Maron, you gotta load up. Just gotta load up. With this, I want to start the show focused on a bingeable series that are available from direct services, as the largest portion of viewers that will see these videos are people who barely, if at all, watch normal television anymore, and just direct watch from their preferred outlet. The shows I will cover will be in a list of these services, which will become updated with time: Netflix, Amazon Prime, HBO Now, and Starz. Suggestions are, of course, always welcome. Now, on with the show. Today I want to talk about The Brink, a 2015 HBO 10-episode raunchy dark political satire. It was created by Roberto and Kim Benhabib. Roberto Benhabib might sound familiar as he was a producer on Weeds. This vehicle was planned to take on global hotspots every season, starting with the Middle East, or more precisely with Pakistan. It starred well-known actors and comedians like Jack Black, Tim Robbins, Maribeth Monroe, and a personal favorite, John Larroquette. Great actors, great writing, and a biting wit that made you laugh as much as it made you uncomfortably rethink some surprisingly deep-seated perceptions. This isn't the John Oliver makes you eat your vegetables hour, but it does have Asif Manvi, so daily show cred well earned. The show doesn't pull any punches. It hits the mark almost a bit too aggressively at times. When it comes to the exploration of things like the self-respect in the eyes of how Americans see themselves and how foreigners they oppress or help see them, with power dynamics constantly shifting. And this isn't just some xenodrama culture porn. The show takes the time when it needs to in order to show people as they are, just people, or more specifically, assholes. Because, in a way, everyone is on the spectrum of assholism. To quote Jack Black's character in the series, Alex Talbot, the asshole is the most powerful muscle, it will crush you. With a depressingly realistic view of the imbecilic White House staff that, for 2015, still shows more respect and restraint than the actual current-day real White House staff, this show is a few years ahead of its time. Not by showing characters as plain idiots, but by people ruled by their impulses and their weaknesses, and caught in struggles of their own creation. Pride and ignorance are the enemies here. No one is an actual bad guy, because in reality there's no such thing as an actual bad guy. Just people whose circumstances or even their mental acuity have allowed them to justify horrible decisions. And yes, this still ends up being wonderfully comedic. Sadly, this show's a one-off. A one-season wonder. While it aired back in 2015, mid-season it had supposedly been renewed for a second season slated for a 2016 release. This was later taken back by HBO. Instead, it seems the series Baller was given another season run. As for reports as to why the change of heart, some sources state it was a problem with a larger budget or the necessity for rewrites on the second season. Another theory is due to the fact that Showtime's Homeland, which dealt with a similar subject matter without the comedy, was receiving from Pakistani nationals about their portrayal in the media. So, either greed or HBO's knee-jerk reaction of fear, we may never know. All we know now is that Roberto Benhabib hasn't worked on anything according to his IMDb page since Brink ended. Could be a sign that he's seeking another outlet for the series, or it could just be he no longer is working on anything. as many of the stars found spots on TV shows soon after the end of Brink's last aired episode. Sad ending for a brilliant show. 10 episodes with an average of 30 minutes each. This is a guaranteed lazy Sunday watch that will have you in a good mood to face your Monday blues. I give Brink a must-watch, because we apparently need black and white coding and grading systems for simple people. This has been Artemis Tau for Kaiju Platypus. Good night, good luck, and fly safe.